Did you know that one of the greatest empires in human history collapsed without a single enemy army ever delivering the final blow? No massive invasion, no decisive last battle, no moment where foreign soldiers stormed the capital and claimed victory. Instead, this empire collapsed quietly, piece by piece. While it still looked powerful on the map, its borders remained vast, its armies still existed, its cities still stood. What destroyed it was not an outside force, but an unshakable belief that it could never truly fall. This is the story of how confidence turned into complacency, how success bred blindness, and how an empire destroyed itself without being invaded. A true story that proves the most dangerous enemy is often the one an empire refuses to see. At its height, the Roman Empire was the most advanced and powerful state the world had ever known. Its roads connected continents, its laws shaped civilizations, its armies were disciplined, professional, and feared. Rome had defeated every rival that challenged it. Kingdoms collapsed, enemies were absorbed, rebellions were crushed. For centuries, Roman power felt permanent, almost natural, as if history itself had chosen Rome to rule. By the 2nd century CE, Rome controlled territory from Britain to North Africa, from Spain to the Middle East. To Roman leaders, the idea that the empire could collapse seemed absurd. Rome had survived civil wars, plagues, economic crises. Why would it not survive forever? That belief that Rome was too big, too advanced, too experienced to fail, became the foundation of its overconfidence. Rome's greatest strength slowly became its greatest weakness. The empire had grown too large to manage efficiently. Decisions were still centralized, but problems multiplied across thousands of kilometers. Orders took months to arrive. Local governors gained enormous power. Corruption spread quietly but deeply. The army, once Rome's greatest weapon, became a financial burden. To defend vast borders, Rome needed endless soldiers and endless money. Taxes increased, farmers abandoned land. Trade slowed, cities shrank. Yet Rome did not see this as collapse. It saw it as inconvenience, temporary strain, something the empire had survived before. Rome was still powerful, but it was no longer adaptable. And adaptability, not strength, is what keeps empires alive. Here is the crucial truth. Rome was not destroyed by an invading army. Long before external pressures arrived, Rome was already fighting itself. Political instability became normal. Emperors rose and fell rapidly, many murdered by their own guards. Armies began supporting generals instead of the state. Rome's leadership believed that because no single enemy threatened them, there was no existential danger. But the real threat was internal fragmentation. Civil wars drained manpower. Corruption drained trust. Economic inequality drained loyalty. The empire still looked intact on maps, but cohesion was gone. When external groups later crossed Roman borders, they did not defeat a strong empire. They entered a system that no longer functioned as one. Rome did not fall suddenly. It hollowed out. By the time Rome realized it was vulnerable, it was already too late. Its institutions no longer worked together. Its army no longer served the state, it served whoever paid it. Cities declined, trade networks collapsed. Central authority became symbolic rather than real. The empire still existed in name, but not in function. When the Western Roman Empire finally fell, it did not feel like a dramatic ending. It felt like the conclusion of something that had already disappeared generations earlier. Rome's greatest failure was not military weakness. It was believing that past success guaranteed future survival. The empire that once adapted faster than any rival eventually stopped adapting at all. If you're enjoying this kind of deep visual history breakdown, take a moment to like this video. It helps Battlemap reach more people who love serious history storytelling. And if you want more stories about empires, wars, and the hidden decisions that changed the world, subscribe to Battlemap. We don't just explain what happened. We show you how history actually breaks apart. Now let's finish this story, because its lesson matters more than ever. Rome's collapse teaches a dangerous truth. Empires rarely fall because they are attacked. They fall because they stop listening, stop adapting, and stop believing collapse is possible. Overconfidence creates blindness. Blindness creates stagnation. And stagnation invites failure from within or without. The most powerful systems do not collapse at the moment of weakness. They collapse at the moment they believe they are untouchable. Rome fell without being invaded, because by the end, there was nothing left to invade. History does not warn loudly. It warns quietly, long before the fall. And the empires that ignore those warnings are always the ones that believe they cannot fall at all.